4. Let's go! What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of A Wolf in Geek's Clothing, hosted by yours truly, Wolfson. And today's episode is going to be special because I'm just going solo just for this episode and many other episodes whenever I don't have a rotating guest or a recurring guest coming over. But here's the thing, guys. This is pre-recorded. Yeah, no brainer, right? Now, the reason why I'm recording this episode and airing it the day we're airing it is because I'm in my honeymoon with my beautiful wife. So instead of just leaving one day or 1 week without any episodes, I decided to pre-record this episode, for next week after episode 4 comes out, so that way, people still want to still know what we do here, And today's episode is going to be probably a short one, all right? So today we're going to just dedicate about a lot of things that I've been noticing in the industry and video games and whatnot. So it's going to be a Twitter thread episode, honestly. If anybody who knows me from the Wolfpack podcast knows when I do these Threadster episodes that, I just scroll down from my bookmarks and then just reveal all the topics that I want to talk about and then discuss our opinions based on it, guys? So without further ado, let's get down with the shiznets. All right, guys. Let's see what's the first thing that I see. I think I know what I want to talk about. By the way, shout out to Culture Graves, because I follow them. They're the G's. These guys are very good when it comes to reporting stuff that happens in the industry. Anything that's very pop culture, whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comics, and animes, kind of like what we're trying to do in the podcast sense. But Culture Graves, they do it in the Twitter space and a more generalistic and with full length articles and whatnot. So shout out to those guys. I like those guys. I like Culture Graves. Hopefully we can have them over in the episode one day. Wow, there's quite a few things that we can discuss here. Well, definitely. Oh, wait, this is actually pretty good. This is something I want to talk about. I want to reiterate from last week's episode with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie review that me and my cousin Miguel from Geek, shout out to him. We discussed about it. Obviously, at the beginning of the episode, I haven't watched at that time of the recording. I haven't watched it, but I didn't care for Geek to spoil it for me, because I was going to watch it regardless, and I was still going to get mind blown all the way. So when I saw the movie, finally did, by the way, and I'll be honest with you guys, sure, I can agree that it's kind of mid, but at the same time, I feel like it was good. I fairly enjoy it. My expectations were pretty low, and for what it was, pretty good. And I still stand behind for what I say earlier in the last week's episode. I think that if they would have put that movie on a rated R, it would have blown up even more than what it did. 100% guaranteed. If the director and Blumhouse decide to release a rated R version of Five Nights at Freddy's, for sure I'm gonna rewatch that movie, and then for sure I'm gonna see the whole gory, for sure. But I understand that they're trying to capture the younger audience, to have the opportunity to watch the movie. I get it, but I feel like that movie would have gone even better if it was rated R, for sure. Especially the way that we were discussing last week about how gory and horrifying the lore is, Five Nights at Freddy's and the series itself. I feel like Blumhouse should have taken that approach and got that gory scene, I mean, it's like my cousin said, it's Blumhouse. They're made for that. They're known for that, And what's known from that is that they make low-budget movies and make it into box office for some reason. It never fails with those guys. Those our guys are probably the ones currently right now, the current studio in which they are great at making horror and thriller movies as of right now. People want to comment down below and let me know any other that's better than Blumhouse. Please let me know. I'm curious as well. But in regards to FNAF, I watched it and it was pretty good. It was pretty good for what it was and for obviously being spoiled about it. I give it a good 7 out of 10. Because I'm a fan, I'll give it a 7. Otherwise, it'll be a 6 out of 10. Sure, I can see why people say it's mid, but it was fun. It was definitely fun. so many Easter references, and a lot of YouTubers who were dedicated to the series were shown in the movie, which is like, bro, Scott Haven, man, you did great, man. You get the people that actually talk about you a lot and give the franchises, like your own franchise, to where it is because of these YouTubers. Shout out to you to bringing over to the set and making them, part of the movie, especially Matt Pat from Game Theory. Shout out to him. He was, oh my god! As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh my god, that's Matt Pat. That's Matt Pat, and he was ready to use his line because, well, spoiler alerts. He was, hey, it's just a theory, and they cut him off. And I was like, I see what they did there. I see what they did there. Yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10. It's good. Replay value, I will rewatch it as a fan just to capture any other Easter eggs that I didn't see or didn't notice, But the similarities coming from that movie to the actual lore game are right there. Obviously, they had to change it into its own universe and make it its own thing, but you can literally see the similarities right there and there. Like, it's like, oh my god, here and here. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. But any other shout outs I want to give is probably Matthew Lillard as William Afton. A fantastic job. Like, it's like, oh my god, reprising her role to being a killer like he did in the Screen series. Oh my god, hands down, he is William Afton 100%. And the way, oh my god, the way it ended is like just like in the movie. It's like, I don't know, guys. The best thing I can tell you guys in all this is that go watch it, stream it. If you have Peacock, stream it. It's definitely worth streaming it. If you want to go to the movies and see on the movies, that's fine. I didn't see it on the movies. I saw it on Peacock because I don't have the time to watch it on the movies. And if I can stream stuff, I will just stream it. See, that's one of my things. If there's a movie released and I can actually watch it on the comforts of my own home, I would rather watch it on my home than I'd rather watch it on a movie and spend like the extra $10 because, hey, I'm already paying like $10 on the subscription on whatever streaming service I'm paying. I might as well use it. If they're gonna release like simulcast movies at the same time, it's like, fuck yeah, I will use it. But there's this little thing that Miguel pointed out last week that is like, it's very dangerous to do the simul release from movie theater and streaming because it's like he says, and I'm quoting him, that means that the movie distributors do not have enough faith on the movie and it's gonna flop. So they would rather like cut the losses and just like get whatever they could get and stream it right there. Because at least they know that they're gonna get the money back by having the subscription base. Well, it's funny because yes, a lot of movies that I've seen so far that has done the simul streaming, they did not perform as much as they were expected to do or they intended to do. And people are just like watching on stream and call it a day and that's it. I'm a firm believer that if you're gonna give the option of a movie to watch instead of watching having the option to either watch it on theaters or watch it on stream, 100% just put it on stream. At that point, don't waste your time. Just put it on stream because nine times out of 10, the movie will flop on box office, and because people will just rather go on someone else's house and there's like 5 people or 10 people making a party and they're all watching the movie in that one person's house. That's 10 tickets right there. So it's like I rather go on the home instead of going to the movie theaters. But for some reason, it wasn't that thing in this movie. And it's because I believe the fandom for FNAF on Five Nights at Freddy's is that big and they believe in the movie. They truly do. And they believe like that the scene or where the direction is going to. That's why I feel it did not flip. Remember I said it's 9 times out of 10, it is a flop. This one became the 1 out of 10 that it didn't. So as I was reading into it, and remember, last episode I mentioned that I've heard that and I saw that they made their money back. Their movie budget was $25 million, which is like, all right, cool. That's quite a movie, but it's a low budget. That's fine. And I said that they made it back double. So they make back the initial the initial budget and an additional profit. I said that it was like 50 million that they did. According to what I've seen, they made 150, and it's still counting. $150 million on box office. Bruh. According to Blumhouse, it's one of their biggest box office openings on their movies, which is like, wow, okay. So, well, this was a PG-13 movie. So imagine if you would have done it at rated R. It would have blown up. I'm a stern believer that if they would have put it rated R and go exactly like in the lore in the movies, and I mean the video games, people would have still go and people would have still come back again, and people would still be like, holy crap, 100%. But I hope that they release an R-rated version. I'm hoping, or an R-rated version. That ooh. If they release an R-rated version, that was like, ooh, now we're going 0 to 100 real quick on all of this. I really hope so that they actually do, because if they see the success out of it, they say like, oh my God, then we had to give them something. You had to do it for the people. You did it. Yeah, you succeeded. The people want more, and you can tell that the people want more. If they make an R-rated version, I mean, just like they did on Megan, and to me, Megan was crap. I don't know. It was just, I mean, they made a meme out of it. It's like, all right, cool, whatever. But they made an unrated version more than the rated R version. So it's like, if they made that for Megan, they can do that for Five Nights at Freddy's. 100%. And lastly, this is a clear indication that this movie franchise is one of the few video game adaptations movies that was a box office success. Because we got Sonic, which is probably like the biggest live action adaptation. And people will say, no, it's actually Super Mario Bros. It's like, hold on. Listen to what I said. I say live adaptation, not video game movie. There's two different things between live adaptation and video game. Live adaptation requires, real life scenarios and adding the CG and the animation, or in this case, the animatronics as part of the real life human, versus the video game movie adaptation. It's all CG. It's all like animation and whatnot. That's it. There's no real life scenarios. There's no real life people acting like that. It's all voice act. Everything is voice act. Two different things. So yes, you can argue that Super Mario Brothers was way bigger than Sonic, but video game adaptations, yes. Live adaptation movie, Sonic was better. And then there was like another one. I think I've saved that on bookmarks. We can check that out. It was that one, and I saw a few, and then FNAF was right there on the top, which is like, wow. This is a clear indication that Blumhouse is gonna continue with this franchise and in the movie franchise, and you can definitely expect a sequel. 100%. They saw the movie, it was a box office success. They made their money back and plus profit. Like, so it's 100. So their budget was 25, and I say 150. They literally made $125 million of profit. They're gonna make a sequel. Nani? This is a sequel written already that they're gonna greenlit. 100%. And let me tell you, this is a movie that it's been in the works for years, and we didn't know if this was going to be a fin, if they're going to continue or they're going to scrap it. It was just going back and forth, and thank God that it did what it did and it landed, So my thoughts on all this, FNAF, they did a great job. I'm waiting for a sequel. I'm waiting and hoping that they do a unrated version. 7 out of 10. I keep it there. It's a solid 7. Unrated version, I hope they bring it up. So that's my thoughts to the FNAF movie, And the next topic that I have, which is pivoting to the FNAF from horror to another horror, there's this new series that just came about, Silent Hill Accession. That's right. Silent Hill is back again. But this series is kind of weird. I personally couldn't get into the series because it requires for you to have an app and watch it through your website or something. So it's not like a series that's been on stream that you can watch anytime. No, you had to go to their website. And I tried to watch them, but unfortunately, where I'm located at work, I guess the internet is preventing for it to continue on. So I have to watch it at home. But the problem watching at home is that I don't have time. So I say, like, all right, until I have the ability to watch it at home, I'm just gonna critique for on the superficial level, on the surface, see what's up, and see what other people are commenting on it. See what's what. And so far, the fans are not happy. So it's very funny because like we talked about FNAF and how the Blumhouse brought FNAF into the movie franchise and how they did a fantastic job and the fans are happy about it. And then we pivot to Konami. Wow, Konami. We pivot to Konami and their, Silent Hill Ascension series, and the fans are not happy because if they say that it feels like a game, at the same time, it is not because it's basically voting based. Like what? I didn't understand. Based on what we're gonna show some of the bookmarks that I got, but based on what they're saying is that whatever character is portraying, you have like a certain option, and then whoever gets the highest option, that's the option that they're gonna go through. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of like how the Black Mirror did their movie. I forgot the movie. Well, what the movie is called, but it was that video game in which you decide the actions to the character. Yeah, I guess like you can say like an Until Dawn or any other Dark Pictures anthology series or The Quarry. Like you choose, and whatever that choose, it comes the outcome or something like that. But in this case, it's more of a voting system. Like that, whichever has the highest vote is whatever that person's gonna go to, which is kind of weird when you're doing it live as well because it feels like kind of So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. Let me see. Remember what I said, guys? Biggest domestic opening weekends for video game movies. So Super Mario is definitely the one, I guess. And then FNAF. Wow. Sonic 2, Sonic 1, Detective Pikachu, Tomb Raider, Uncharted, Angry Birds. Yeah, but the number on FNAF has gone, I think it has surpassed it at that point because I remember it reached 150 million. Anyways, here it is. Silent Hill Accession is what I'm looking at right now. Missed it live? Don't worry, we got you covered. Head to the website of Silent Hill Accession app on your mobile device to watch the VOD daily scenes and participate in the bits that will impact the canon. Decide how Rachel deals with the Foundation now. I guess it's like the regular Foundation. I don't know. But here are what the people on the comment section are saying. People hate this, right? Like you are aware this is a bad idea, right? Battle passes for something that might as well have been television series, not what everybody wants. Yikes. The games are what Silent Hill folks are after. That is what folks will rather Silent Hill resources and time went to. This is Rocking Sunset. He tweeted how this the other day. This is everything Silent Hill is not, says Jake_Quake. Why do this Western developers not understand what Silent Hill is all about? When playing the originals, why did you see over-the-top Hellraiser-esque gore and visuals instead of subtle works of David Lynch and Francis Bacon? Baffling. Bloomer messing up Silent Hill 2, that's more than likely. Yes. We still have high hopes for the remake. We don't know. Awful. Apps deleted. I was really looking forward to this, but implementation was terrible. Hard to figure out what was going on. Hard to see the screen over all of the comments and crap popping up. Wouldn't let me chat. Couldn't hide the chat. Could barely see the story. Didn't feel Silent Hill. I guess like the way that we're going at this is like as if they were like streaming, as they were streaming and they're letting the live audience to like talk about, which is kind of an odd approach to it for whatever this is. John Peters says, for those that missed, no visuals for the first 8 minutes, totally confusing interface. For some reason, they thought it was a good idea to show the community chat like it was a Twitch video. Oh, so that's what they meant. A lot of childish comments, as you can imagine. Yeah, because it's like, how are you going to enjoy the whole thing itself, and then you got on the screen people crapping on it. As like, to me, I'm not a fan of the streaming or whatnot. Or I'm not a fan of watching people stream it. So when I see their comment section like bombarded and whatnot, it's like I feel like, ugh, that's like in the way, bro. Like, do something else. So the fact that these people, these developers, did that here on this whatever this is, it's like they missed the mark. Like, why would you? What are you trying to do? Or it's like too little, too late, don't you think? Or what are you trying to achieve? I don't know. The voting process made zero sense. Is remember what I mentioned? It's like people will vote for whatever is happening, vote, and whoever gets the highest vote, that's the outcome of the story. Which is, I don't know, that was kind of dumb. Like, this could be implemented on a video game. Okay, voting made sense. That didn't, and the voting process made zero sense. Just having it at the end of the video, making it real time was confusing. Ah, okay. Now it makes more sense to me for what it was. Yeah, that's kind of like I said. If you're gonna do that, you might as well do that as in a video game, not as a TV series that you're trying to achieve out of it. I don't know. It was kind of odd for Konami to do that. Very, very odd. But yeah, like if you're doing this as a video, do it at the end and then see what happens. But not do it during live. And maybe for other people, because depending on the bandwidth, and I'm pretty sure the bandwidth was overloaded because of people just swarming and texting and whatnot. I feel like you can make the tokens make no sense. You can get more solving puzzles, but you have to pay if you want a lot more. You can vote as often as you want. Nani? So there's a paywall. So there's a paywall to see where the character is going. That's odd. Most of it didn't work, and the issues people were afraid would happen, like microtransactions, did happen. My grade for it is a D. The voice acting and visuals, when they worked, were pretty good. Story was too hard to follow because of everything was going on. Yeah, it's so far they're not having a good release. Live premiere since tonight. So it's like every day or something. Install the app. I don't think I'm gonna install this because the way I rather watch this on YouTube when this is finished, I can watch the whole thing. This is worse than the pachinko game. Good one. Are we here just to suffer? The true horror is we're in the world where someone thought this was a good idea and not just a grabby cash grab. Oh, Konami. Konami. Oh, Konami. Why am I not surprised about this? Why am I not surprised? Because this is literally typical Konami written all over it. It wasn't bad for doing this type of crap behavior with Yu-Gi-Oh! Alone, and it wasn't enough when you did the Metal Gear Solid pachinkos and stuff that you put on casinos to get money out of it. Wasn't enough. No, let's do that on Silent Hill as well. Konami, you get this.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You get the button. You definitely get the button. Like, people already hate EA and other game developers for doing microtransactions on their games. Why do you want to be part of that list or be top of that list? Especially if you give them the promising of, Silent Hills. Is like, okay, we're going back, because the best thing that you guys ever did was when Kojima entered Silent Hill with Guillermo del Toro and did that PT demo. That was probably the best thing that you guys could have done with Silent Hill. And the Silent Hill franchise would have taken over and dominated for years. But no, you guys are a bunch of greedy, cock-sucking motherfuckers. I know I'm never going to get bots for free from Konami. And guess what? I don't want that, because all it takes is just to be like any of these other YouTubers that they're talking good about the card games and not saying anything bad about Konami itself. Then, yeah, no, they can continue to suck on their titties. I'm not. Konami is just a greedy, money-hungry company, and we're victims of it. I don't have anything else to say about Silent Hill Sessions other than based on what I'm seeing in the comment sections. Is like, it's not a good look. And it's not going to be a great look either. Konami, you fumbled the bag. So now you guys better hope that the remake of Silent Hill 2 is as good as it is. You guys better hope that is that. Otherwise, you get this button.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Moving on, because we got a few more and we can wrap it up. You know, it's quick and simple, guys. I like it. Move it on. So the first thing that I got right here, oh my God. HBO has been reportedly been ordering staff to create fake accounts to fire back at critics who poorly review their shows.
Nani? Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
HBO, you get this.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You know what? I'm not surprised that HBO did this. I honestly am not surprised. They have, wow. I gotta give HBO the credit that they deserve, honestly, because HBO is a great studio because they make great shows. Let's just say that some of the shows flop. Out of 5 great shows, one of them flops. All right, bet. All right, that's fine. I'll take that because every other show is great and it's binge worthy. They're like so far one of the best on binge worthy. But man, oh man, when it comes to criticizing their stuff, they're a bunch of crybabies.
Emotional damage.
How do you know this, Wilson? Well, these motherfuckers have been trying to copyright infringe me because, and I quote, I've been using their trailers, contents, and it's copyrighted. Little do they know is like it's under fair use and haven't said anything wrong. But no, they don't see it that way. And I would rather not fight a dispute against them because it's not worth it. Unless it's something that I stand behind that they really want to take it down, that's what I'll dispute it. Otherwise, I'm not. I'm just going to see, do their little crappy thing. But wow, HBO is becoming the new Nintendo in the film industry. And people who don't know, Nintendo do not like when you use their content. They'll do everything in their power to like copy strike on your content because you're using it without their permission and they want a piece of it. That's, Nintendo's MO, believe it or not. That's what they do. HBO's been doing that. And again, I'm not surprised that HBO is doing this shit, bro, because that's their MO. Their MO is like they can take the heat, apparently. That's actually bad because this could negatively impact their streamings and their content. Because let's say that as a critic, you say that this show is bad and nobody's asking for a second season or whatnot. And then you're bombarded with the fake accounts to say, no, the show is great. We're looking for a second season. Then it's like you give a second season and it's like, but nobody asked for a second season. And it's not that good. And then it flops even harder. And then they lose millions out of it. This is a very dangerous game that HBO do. Like, again, botting. If people don't believe that botting doesn't exist, like, hello, big studios are using it. So when that guy from the other podcast, Industry said Jackson Brown, they say like, oh, you rather have more traffic over following. That's where I say like, bro, like you can buy the traffic. It's possible. Labels do this. Film studios do this. It's not good at the end of the day. It's not, honestly. But let's move on. Speaking of HBO, Succession star Alan Rock reportedly crashed his truck into an LA pizza shop. And I would assume that he was drunk. Wow, that's right. So for people who don't have it, see it. Here it is. Here's the truck. I was like, damn. And that's a very expensive truck, by the way, guys. That's a electric car, a very nice electric car. One of the competitions to Tesla, and he had to be drunk. Bro, there's no way. Like, holy fuck, that's bad. That's actually very bad. Moving on. Ooh, I definitely want to talk about this. Gears of War creator Cliff Bleszinski wants the franchise to get a reboot in the same style as God of War. Phil Spencer has my number. Interesting take. I will agree with that because we haven't seen a new Gears of War game in a long time, and there's still fans out there that they want to play the Gears of War, but the way they pivoted the series in the last game, which they had 2 endings, it's like that was a bad move. And I feel like, yeah, they deserve a nice soft reboot like they did on God of War and revive the franchise all over again. Because right now the franchise is getting near to be dead. And Gears of War needs a better treatment than that, man. Like, Gears deserves that, bro. It's one of the, like I said, if I'm ever going to play a video game from Xbox. The only franchises that I know that are like one of the greatest franchises in Xbox history is Halo and Gears of War. Some can argue other like other stuff like Fable is like, all right, cool, okay, add Fable into it. But Halo and Gears were probably one of the best shooting or actions, or however you want to call it. And I feel like Gears of War deserves a nice reboot, and they deserve that to reboot the franchise, get that God of War treatment 100%. If they make this a film and make it happen, then Xbox will be top again. But yeah, I agree. They need to bring back Gears of War, and they need to reboot the whole franchise. If either continue the franchise as a sequel, but have it like they did on God of War, which just is a soft reboot. It continues on with what you did in the past, but this is a new era and whatnot. Or start all over again and reboot the entire franchise. Just reboot it like they did with Call of Duty. It's working now. I feel like this is a good cash grab to do, and I know people are gonna hop into this. Just saying. Moving on. This is actually a very interesting topic. Marvel has discussed moving focus away from Jonathan Mayer's Kang for the multiverse saga. One plan they're looking at is pivoting to Doctor Doom. What are my thoughts in all this? I honestly was never a Kang fan. I couldn't care less about Kang the Conqueror. And don't get me wrong, Jonathan Mayers is a great actor, and he has done nothing but great things on his character as Kang. The character itself of Kang to me is like whatever. I really don't care about Kang the Conqueror. So pivoting to the Doctor Doom might be a good idea, but I feel like they're doing this to move away from Jonathan Mayer's case for his recent arrest, which it kind of like flipped back because now the accuser got arrested for making a false statement. So Jonathan Mayers is out of the clear. So then doing this is kind of weird. Why they're doing this? Maybe it's not just Jonathan Mayers, but maybe it's because people are not resonating with Kang the Conqueror as it is, and I think like people just like they just want Kang to be done with it, go with Secret Wars and just like done with it, or the Kang Dynasty, and just end it there as it is, and just pivot to Doctor Doom. I feel like Doctor Doom is actually one of the greatest villains in Marvel franchises. It's him, Thanos, Kang, Ultron, and of course Galactus. So it's interesting. I don't know if I'm okay with it. It's gonna be weird how they're gonna shift everything to it, but we'll see. Maybe it's actually a good thing. Maybe it's bad. I don't know. It's too early to tell. Yeah, we talked about this. Oh, there's some rumors. Rumor has it by Rhino the Bouncer that there's a RE9 coming. Resident Evil 9, according to Rhino the Bouncer, rumor leak says that Resident Evil 9 is coming. And they confirmed that it's a closing chapter for a few things, both a closing and a beginning. So I guess they're gonna close the chapter with the Even saga with Rose and with Chris Redfield, I guess. And it's a beginning for a new one. I don't know. New story arcs to come after RE9. So that means like RE9 is gonna be like the closing chapter. Maybe it's the closing chapter to all the protagonists, like Leon, the Redfields, Ada Wong, what's her name? I keep forgetting. Jill Valentine and whatnot. So I guess it might be of the closing of the old cast and then the beginning of new ones. So maybe that's a thing. Takes the series to a new direction on this game. Okay, looking forward to it. Highest budget in RE history. Oh, really? Development since 2018. Wow, pretty well. Longest development cycle yet. All right, good to know. Won't release until 2025 at the earliest. It's very interesting, honestly. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a huge fan of our Resident Evil franchise. So for 9, I'm looking forward to it. I am curious and interested what's going to happen. And I'm curious if they're going to make a remake of Resident Evil 5 to tie down with Resident Evil 4 remake. And then next year we'll release Resident Evil 9. That'll be something, you know? We can also expect Devil May Cry 6 or Dino Crisis remake. I hope so. I'm just hoping right now. Maybe the last thing right here I'm reading about. Something went down with Jujutsu Kaisen's animators. Well, it says here by Reign of Pride, she says, and I quote, one of the animators of Jujutsu Kaisen had a complete meltdown over the excessive hate the episode got. I guess like last week's episode, or yeah, last week's episode. Y'all gotta understand, they work 24/7 trying their best with time restraints to put these episodes out for us. Fandom needs to do better. So let me see what they say, what the Melton say. Everyone is not trust like me, so I know that everyone's sympathy and encouragement must be from the bottom of my heart. But right after releasing something that I'm not satisfied with, the kind of thing will have the opposite effect. So for now, I wanted to leave. I want you to leave me alone. I'll make up for it in my future work. Until then, I will live my life as the worst animator who has ruined a masterpiece. Yo, you guys need to chill the fuck down, guys. Come on. I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen for quite some time. And let me tell you guys, it has done nothing but wonders. Jujutsu Kaisen and its anime series, my God, and it's going even better than the manga. So for people to like or crying bitch about it, it's like, come on, grow the fuck up. It's an anime, it's a cartoon, it's an animation. You don't have to take it that literally to make it like that, to hate the animators. Bro, I see the episode and it's been great. In fact, the Shibuya incident arc has been nothing but wonders. And I'm like, dog, I cannot wait when Sukuna comes out and it just like fuck shits up. Like it has seen nothing but wonders. And so people are crying about this. Like, man, you guys get this.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You're a bunch. Oh my God. Oh, sore crybabies. Like, honestly. All right, we're just gonna report the last things from Culture Craves. The Marvels received middling reviews at the public test screening this year. While it has still in post-production, director Nia da Costa moved away to start working on her next film. A source says if you're directing a $250 million movie, it's kind of weird for the director to leave with a few months to go. I don't have much faith on Miss Marvel or the Marvels. I'm gonna watch it, but I don't have much faith in them. Again, my expectations are pretty low. Mahershala Ali was ready to add some blade over script issues. Logan writer Michael Green has been hired to restart the script from scratch. The budget is speculated to be less than 100 mil. This is not good. That's definitely not good, because that means that the Blade franchise of the reboot of the Blade franchise is heading on an ugly direction. Hugh Jackman says fuck yeah when he found out that he was gonna wear the blue and jello suit in Deadpool 3. That's pretty cool. Monsters Inc. was released 22 years ago. Wait, 20. Oh my God, it was when 2011? No, 2001? I'm that old. The free cam variants, thousands to go. Yeah. Round up to all the major news from today. Yeah, the Elite, the Marvel. Marvel is reporting to looking on bringing back the original Avengers cast from Iron Man and Black Widow being revived. They haven't committed to the idea yet. See, that's another bad indication that the cinematic universe is heading on a bad direction, because that means that if they had to bring back characters just so they can spark out the money again, that means that they're losing and they're hammering money, and all their movies are becoming very mediocre. That's not a good sign. It's a big day for comic book shows. Invincible, Gen V, and Loki season 2. Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna end it right there. See, we can end it right there on a nice note. So, before I wrap this up, so because I saw that Gen V has been nothing but wonders so far. I cannot wait to talk about this with Mike Phoenix Hero. Shout out to you, my man. I can't wait to talk about Gen V. So far, it's been a great spin-off of The Boys, and I love it how they tied all those stories and plots with the Boys. And I feel like the spin-off Gen V is gonna impact the series itself 100%. And Loki, Loki so far, the last time I saw Loki, it was, when everything got like, holy shit, everything's gonna go haywire. So today and the following day, I'm gonna watch the current last 2 episodes of the season, and then I'll give a final review of the season itself. So far, I'm happy with it. But you guys let me know in the comments below what you guys think about all the topics that we talked about, and how you feel with Loki and Gen V, and as well as, FNAF, and the direction that Marvel is heading and whatnot. So let me know in the comments down below. We're going to wrap this up, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, don't forget to like and subscribe for your weekly episodes here at awgcpodcast.com or youtube.com/awgc podcast, here at Wolf and Geeks Clothing. If you guys want to hear the audio version of this for free, you can go ahead and check out SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts, And as well, you can always comment down below and let me hear your thoughts, share your experiences. If you guys got a specific topic that you want me to cover or you want my guests to cover, please let me know in the comments down below. We're going to do our best to talk about it in the next episode. So guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Peace!